Ahead on DC News Now at 4.
Hot weather across the area today. How long will it last? I'll have the answer coming up.
You're running around here, you shooting guns, and you're not caring about who you hit.
A family member of the 3-year-old girl that was shot and killed by a stray bullet speaks out tonight.
By the grace of God, my family was safe.
Also, a swift rescue as rapidly rising floodwaters took over Texas. A look at the local and federal response efforts.
What do you do if you're on the go and you gotta go? You don't want to turn to one of these portable restrooms to relieve yourself.
It's one of the best days of the year, Amazon Prime Day. We're stretching your dollar on those can't-miss offers.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Tosin Fakile. It's time to get a check of our forecast.
Yes, taking a live look right now at your radar as storms move into the area. It's a DMV First Warn Day.
Yeah, let's send things over to meteorologist Scott Sumner for a first look at our weather today. It's a DMV First Warn Day. What are we dealing with?
Well, Tosin and Mark, we're dealing with a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings out there, one of which here runs till 4:30. It's the latest one that just came out by the National Weather Service. It's impacting Carroll County and Frederick County in Maryland, and it's a cell that's moving to the east-northeast at 17 miles an hour. It has 100% chance of containing hail within that, and hail size is probably around ½ an inch or so. This storm will impact Lisbon here as well as Woodbine between 4:13 and 4:15 in the afternoon. Now, another cell, which is right down here, this is until 4:15. This is impacting Fauquier County, Page County, Rappahannock counties. This storm is moving to the east at 17 miles an hour. It also has a little bit of hail associated with it, but it has a lot of thunder and lightning out there, as you noted here, and it's going to impact Middleburg here within the next couple of minutes. We widen out the view. You can see the line of storms starting to approach the areas in yellow, which are under a severe thunderstorm watch until 9 o'clock. All the counties pretty much to the east of the Blue Ridge Mountains. And our future radar over the next couple hours has that line of storms moving ever so closely to the Beltway. And so by 6 o'clock or so, we should be starting to see some of the impacts of those storms moving into the area. And like I said, severe thunderstorm watch until 9, and we also have a flood watch until midnight. We'll get more into that coming up in the main weather.
All right, Scott, thank you. New video this afternoon showing a time lapse of the flash flood waters rising in Llano River. This is in Kingsland, Texas. Officials report that death toll now at over 100. People in the DMV stepping in now to help. DC nonprofit World Central Kitchen is on the ground in Texas, serving the community as search and rescue efforts continue. Virginia-based nonprofit Mercy Chefs also lending a helping hand.
Hard for us here. This one's different because we're very much in a search and rescue situation. The hot meals, the cold sandwiches, we bring electrolytes with a bottle of water. We'll put it in for you to make sure you actually stop and take it.
Pray for the people that have lost loved ones. Pray for the people that are still missing. It's an unimaginable time of horror for those families.
Both organizations are serving thousands of meals at hotels, reunification centers, and to crews directly at the scene. Coming up in 10 minutes, we're on Capitol Hill with the federal response efforts.
Meanwhile, President Trump says he's thinking about running D.C. He made those remarks during his weekly cabinet meeting at the White House when asked about crime.
We would run it so good, it would be run so proper, we get the best person to run it. The crime would be down to a minimal, would be much less. And, we're thinking about doing it, to be honest with you.
President also said that he has a good relationship with the mayor, saying it is a test to see if it works. He remarks that comes after the president said that he could get involved in the upcoming RFK Stadium deal if he had to. We reached out to the mayor's office, who declined comment. Well, a family member of the 3-year-old girl who died of her injuries yesterday speaking out. 3-year-old Honesty Cheeto is one of several people shot in nearly a dozen shootings reported over the holiday weekend in the district.
Really heartbreaking, and D.C. police say she was shot at about 3 a.m. Saturday in Southwest on 14th Street.
DC News Now's Kevon Dupree joins us live from where the shooting took place.
Kevon, you talked to the girl's family. I can only imagine it's a lot of emotions and sadness following this incident.
Yeah, that's right, Mark Tosin. Her family tells me 3-year-old Honesty Cheeto was getting out of a car along this street that we're on here now when those shots rang out. I spoke with her great uncle, as you mentioned, who says their family is heartbroken.
This is cowardly stuff. You know, you're running around here, you shooting guns, and you're not caring about who you hit.
Raymond Cheeto says he and his family have been devastated since Saturday's shooting.
You done hurt a baby, 3-year-old. Her name is Honesty Cheeto. She was 3 years old. What could she done to anybody?
Cheeto says Honesty was with her father, returning home after seeing a 4th of July fireworks show.
Pulled up here, was getting the baby out the car, shots started firing. Shots got fired down from this angle coming down and hit the baby as he was picking up in his arms.
The family called 911. DC Fire and EMS arrived and took Honesty to a nearby hospital. 2 days later, she died.
Everybody's calling me, what happened? This is what happened. Some stupid person don't know how to conduct themselves and figured the best way to solve a problem is I'm gonna get a gun and shoot down the block. The person that did this is a coward to me, and I'm gonna do everything in my power to help find him.
And DC Police Chief Pamela Smith released a statement on this shooting saying in part, quote, "This is a tragedy for Honesty's family and our entire city, and I express my deepest condolences to her loved ones as they cope with such an unimaginable loss." Now, DC police continue to look for the people responsible for this shooting. They're asking anyone with more information to contact them immediately. In Southeast, I'm Kevon Dupree, DC News Now.
Our thanks to Kevon. A bill to temporarily expand D.C.'s youth curfew signed into law by Mayor Bowser. The announcement coming on social media. The emergency legislation says that teen curfew will be set every night from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. through August. It applies to everyone under the age of 18. It also gives the police chief the authority to create extended juvenile curfew zones. In those areas, the expanded curfew would remain in place for 4 days and would go into effect at 8 p.m. Gatherings of 8 or more teens can lead to a violation. Like U Street, in areas like U Street and Navy Yard, could be a mandated zone preventing groups of kids from gathering.
The details you're about to hear in this story may be unsettling. Jury selection on the way in the case of an FBI agent charged with rape and sexual assault in Montgomery County. Investigators say Eduardo Valdivia raped multiple women at a tattoo shop he owned after offering them a chance to become models. They say Valdivia contacted the women through an Instagram page he created for the tattoo shop. The FBI has suspended him, and he's been in jail since he was arrested last year. Valdivia could spend decades in prison if he's convicted.
Well, they're designed for people on the go who need to go. Free portable restrooms set up around Washington, D.C. to make it easier for people instead of asking businesses if they could use theirs.
It's been a program that's been around that started a year ago. DC News Now's Dave Laval joins us from DuPont Circle, where one of those portable restrooms sits. Dave, what exactly is the problem?
Well, good afternoon to you, Tosin and Mark. Yeah, this throne restroom here at DuPont Circle is one of 6 around the district. They're state-of-the-art, portable, and very portable. The problem is, right now, you can't use any of them. You see, it's safe to say they've all been dethroned.
How far is that? That is
A reunion at DuPont Circle for D. Solanke and his family. Among the sights, a throne bathroom.
I noticed the fact that there's a huge sign with a picture of a toilet, and generally I haven't seen something like that in Atlanta, so I was like, wow, that's great.
What's not great? This and the other thrones around the city are no longer in business, apparent victims of the district's budget.
Why did they go ahead and spend the money initially to put them up and not have the money to maintain them?
Welcome to Throne.
DC launched the $400,000 Throne pilot program in April 2024 in 6 locations. Each is portable and requires no water, sewer, or electric hookups to work.
I think it's a good initiative, a good service. A public restroom that's free, people need to use a bathroom.
What Vishal Palmer, who lives in local Circle, doesn't like now is the public can't use the thrones. He's not the only one. Their concern is people would then try to use restrooms in nearby businesses. Throne Labs out of Brentwood, Maryland, and D.C.'s Department of Public Works released a study of public restrooms in April. Among the findings, half of businesses surveyed near Thrones reported less demand for their bathrooms.
Sometimes restaurants, they require you have to be a paying customer to go. Some people just don't have the money to pay to use a restroom, you know?
Until now, people had somewhere to go to relieve themselves hassle-free. The Department of Public Works told us it's working on a joint statement with the mayor's office, but so far we have yet to receive that comment. We're live in DuPont Circle in Northwest. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
A heads up for Virginians. Parts of Washington and Old Dominion Trail will be closed through the Dunn-Loring area. Crews will install a new electric transmission line. The mile-long closure between Gallows Road and Shreve Road is in effect weekdays through August 1st. Dominion Energy will be directing trail users to follow a 2.7-mile detour along Gallows Road.
You're looking live at Reagan National. If you plan on flying in the near future, there could be changes when going through TSA. Passengers at some airports will no longer have to remove their shoes during security checks. The policy shift stems from an internal memo sent to TSA staff acquired by ABC News. This move could change a 20-year-old security screening mandate. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is set to speak at 5 p.m. at the DCA, and we'll bring that more to you. We'll bring you more information as we learn more.
All right, take a look at your screen right now. Commanders ticket chaos. You see that number on your screen right there? More than 741,000. That number is fans in line for tickets to see the team play overseas in Madrid this fall. Ticket sales opened up earlier this morning. Fans online, they've had jokes all day. Some of them say by the time they get in on the site, it'll be time for kickoff in November. Now, that Week 11 game in Spain, the Commanders will play the Miami Dolphins. It's the NFL's first ever matchup in Spain. I think this is a thing only because they got JD5 and the team was hot last year.
But JD5 is not the only player on the team, though.
I'd be going for JD5.
Oh, goodness. Hey, take away that offensive line and see what JD5 can do on his own.
You make a valid point.
I'm just saying. No, it's a team effort. JD5 is the man.
You make a valid point.